Okay, so this is a how-to for Google Slides that I'm going to post up on Google Classroom for you all to see. If you can take a look, here is my title. All I did was it came with a pre-created layout, and I typed in my title, and down here I'm going to type in by Miss Grist. And if you click up here where it says Untitled Presentation, your title will automatically show up, which makes your life 10 times easier. So what you guys may end up having questions about is how can I create a cool background or something that's a little bit of fun. So if you come over here, it says Themes, and it allows you to go through and you can kind of click through, see maybe this is a theme that you might be interested in, or there's one, it's called Beach Day, then there's one over here called Pop. And you can go over here to change theme if you start working through it and then want to change the way it looks. You can also go to background and you can change the colors in the background. Or you can do an image, which you can upload and drag over, or if you go to search, you can search through images that Google allows you without breaking copyright laws, which we've talked about with plagiarism and other things like that. So maybe I want, for this particular one, I'm working with, my project would be volcanoes, so I'm going to type in volcanoes and see what comes up. Let's see, which one do I want as my background? I'm going to choose this one. So I clicked on it, and now I'm going to hit select. And if you want it for the whole entire theme, you can hit add to theme. If you want to, and then you can hit done. So as you can see, it's back there, and if I go to my next slide, it's back to square one where it's clear. However, if I decide, I want this to be the background of all of my slides, I'll go background, add to theme, and now if you notice, it is at the background of my theme over here. So, back over here, we have, that's my background. If you ever decide you want to change it again, you can just hit, you could hit you can go back to this, and then it is back to the way it originally was. And you can reset to whatever you want to do. If you have any extra questions, we can definitely talk about that one-on-one. So here's my title slide. I'm going to pick this background because I think it's pretty. You can have other reasons for why you pick your own. Doesn't really matter. So once you go to your next slide, this is where your next requirement is to have a picture of your landform and the place where it is from. So what you will do is you can change your layout to see if you want to have pictures on here, if you want a blank slide, and then just create a text box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this one so I have plenty of space for a picture, and then I can create a caption for it about where it'll be from. So I'm going to do some, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit this button down here. So I want a picture of a landform of my volcanoes. I'm going to hit explore, and what all it does is it brings up this place where you can hit search and type in whatever you want. So volcanoes. And here it gives me a diagram that on a website that I could go to, but I want an image. So I'm going to click images, and I'm going to look through here for one that I like, but I want a specific place. So I'm going to type in volcanoes in Hawaii. Let's see. I'm going to go through here and I'm actually good. Okay, so I found, so if you went through and I say I wanted this one, I can click on it to get a closer look, and if I like it, I can hit insert, and if I'm done over here, I can exit explore. And so here I have inserted that in. However, I was looking through and I don't want this one, so I've decided I'm going to, cut it to get rid of it, or I can hit delete on my keyboard. And I found this one, which is a photo of a volcano in Iceland. I'm going to make it smaller. And so here is my picture of a volcano in Iceland. And I'm going to add a caption. This is a volcano located in Iceland. So there's my place. Here's the picture of the volcano, and that goes through that part of the project. So I'm just going to come back over here and do a new slide. So I no longer need this type of back layout, so I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to change my layout for my next piece. And for here, I'm going to change it to this, where I can click to add title, click to add text, or text. Also, I can turn this into a picture, a video, whatever I really feel the need to do. And so this is where you're going to get your first piece of your research. So you could tell me what is a volcano as your title. You can start typing, create bullet points by clicking up here for a bulleted list, and tell me what a volcano is. A volcano is a mound of igneous rock that has cooled and cooled into a larger mound. The more it explodes, it explodes. And so now I'm going to move to this one. It explodes from a crack in the crust of the earth, allowing magma to flow to the surface. Magma that is exposed to the oxygen is called lava. So if you guys can see, I want to try and make this bigger, so I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to click this for font size, and I'm going to make it larger. Oop, that's too big, so maybe I'll go down to 18. Let's go back to 14. So if you want, you could add a picture over here or move on. So you need 4 information slides. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And lastly, and so this is just part of the research that you created. And so lastly, you are going to create a resource slides. So one of the ones that you can use for a layout, which is work fine, is title and body. You can just type in resources, and then you are going to create a list of all the resources you use, such as like worldlandforms.com, volcanoes by someone, you put their first and last name, so like I have someone over here. And you're going to put all of the resources that you use so that you can give them credit. If you at any point you would like to add a transition is when you can add an animation changing on how to move or fade between from side to side. So here I'm going to add fade. And you can choose fast, medium, or slow. So if you want to have it change from side to side, you can hit play. So it will show up something like that. Or if you have medium, okay, you can stop. You can do medium to check out what it does. Something like that. You can decide to do it to all slides, just the one slide. You can click on a text box and then add an animation that way. You fade in, whether it's on click, after the previous one, which means just after the first transition and next. So we'll do this, go by paragraph, and I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to add that animation. And fade in just like that. Now, what if you accidentally do this? You want this one to go before this one, so all you'll have to do is click it and drag it up. So you can hit play to see how it works. So that just faded in. And so I faded that one in and then that one, and I had to click separately for each one because I chose that. So you can decide how you want to be creative with that. So that's just a quick way to do Google Slides. I'm happy to answer any questions if you would like. But once you get the hang of it, it's kind of easy and you can be creative with it. All right. So have fun.